Grand Rising, everyone. This is Artists of Truth, and welcome to my vlog. I hope everyone's day is starting off on a very, very positive and uplifting note. But what I wanted to discuss today on this vlog is so previously I did a vlog or two talking about melanated people joining the military. Now I received a plethora of responses. A lot of responses were breaking down, the pros and cons of joining and how it has changed individuals' lives by joining. But today is a day of confirmation. Today is a day of confirmation. So the most recent unexplainable death of Vanessa Gillian, hopefully I'm pronouncing her name, Vanessa Gillian, a soldier in the army, went missing after she complained of being, sexually assaulted and harassed. All right, so I'm just getting bits and pieces of the story. This story was unbelievable. Her body was found I guess a day or some hours ago. Her body was found in a shallow grave. But of course, you know what the military is doing. You know what the army is doing. Covering that up. Let me remind you of something. laVena Johnson. Her name should ring bells. laVena Johnson died in Iraq. They ruled it a suicide. All right, fuck out of here. They ruled it a suicide. But how is it that this woman manages to surgically remove a part from her own body, shoot herself, and physically leave bruises on her own body? And they ruled it a suicide. Notice how they covered that up. All right. Now here comes another woman who has gone missing, and her body is found in a shallow grave. But moreover, you have numerous of women who have been sexually harassed in the military. Some are actually afraid of saying anything. Some have actually been sexually harassed and assaulted, and they've never said anything because they didn't want to ruin their own career. Hell, there are some women whose careers have been ruined because they spoke out. But this should tell you all something. Those of you men who were, so passionate and hell-bent on the military and what it has done for you in your life. If your daughter, your niece, which I need to call my niece, I need to check up on her. But if your daughter and your niece was telling you that they were being sexually harassed and assaulted, you being former military, what are you going to do? If your niece or daughter turned up dead and they told you what was going on and still nothing was done, what are you doing? What would you do? As you can see, the military, they love covering shit up. Don't you notice that? They love covering shit up. Instead of being accountable and holding those individuals accountable that have knowledge of this, and they turn a blind eye to it. These individuals need to be stripped of their ranks, their pensions, their benefits. They need to be stripped of all of that. And they need to be, and they need to face the fullest extent of punishment possible. Okay? Plain and simple. That's But hey, we are looking at the government. We're looking at the military like, this is the best. This is the best organization that you can be a part of. It's like, this is shit, join the army and shit. Like, the fuck you joining the army and they don't take you seriously, for one. All right. 2, melanated people, they have never taken seriously. Okay? I mean, regardless of whatever benefits they're giving you, whatever they're paying you, no amount of money has more value than your respect, your integrity, your morals, and you existing as a human being. There's no amount of money that would just outweigh all of that. It's like, it's not. And for anyone to just say, well, shit happens, you full of shit. I ain't even gonna lie. Because now women feel as if when they come around men, they don't feel a sense of protection. They don't. And I hate to be categorized with males who feel that, they can prey on a woman, do whatever they want to do to her, whether it's a woman, female, young, old, still. The shit's not acceptable. The shit is not right. But we ignore shit like this. We ignore shit like this until the shit ends up on your front doorstep. You feel me? When you have a daughter, when you have a daughter or a niece that is being sexually assaulted and abused, it's like really? Every woman who has been in the military, in any branch of the military, they need to start speaking up. If you want to remain anonymous, then do so. Remain anonymous. But individuals' names need to go public. So these individuals can be investigated extensively. What happened with Laverne Johnson, and even her father is still fighting to this day to get straight answers. To get straight answers about what has happened. Like, how did this happen? And why is the military covering shit like this up? Like, what are you doing? Man. We are human beings at the end of the day. That shit doesn't change. When we wake up in the morning, we are human beings. When we're in the workplace, we are human beings. When we go home, we are still human beings. But we have animals out here. We have animals out here preying on young girls, young women who have trusted individuals to do the right thing by them. And then yet, you got bastards like, you have bastards who will cover this shit up. That's some real coward ass shit. These individuals who are doing these things to women, they need to be held accountable. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want anyone raping their wife, daughter, or whatever. I'm sure they don't want that. Stay blessed, y'all. Stay safe.